everybody. Brad Nessler along with my partners Kirk Herbstreit and Lee Corso. Those thin-blooded fans will have to wear layers today to watch the Georgia Southern Eagles and the Boston College Eagles. We're all set to bring you more exciting football as the bowl and national championship pictures start to take shape. And here come the Eagles. The Eagles may be overmatched and could have an ugly game on their hands. Any thoughts, Kirk?
Boston College has a big-time quarterback who can really put up some big numbers against this defense. I look for him to have an outstanding game spreading the ball to his receivers. Lee, look for a big blowout here.
You're absolutely right. Eagles gonna close one.
All right, there you have it. The coaches. Here's the kick. Booker fields it in the end zone. Looks to have been shaken up a bit on that play.
And I really believe that he could have a huge game today.
That makes two of us then. I just don't know if there's enough talent on this defense, especially at linebacker, to compete with such a great running back.
Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
To the 10. Goodbye.
Oh, wow. I can't believe it. What an amazing run.
And how about the fact that not one player on the entire defense even touched him? Kirk, he's got 11 guys on the field, and he just flew by all of them.
And he hits the P. Sends it sailing downfield. Bennett fields it in the end zone. Gets past the tackler. And now. Moore hands it off. Juke move. And he's tackled. Moore drops to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Throws short. Sims brings him down. Back to pass. He steps up, lets it go, and it's caught. They'll bring him down. So
hit him with the home run.
And he's hit hard. The quarterback gets a couple on the draw play. They get this one off, and it's a beauty. Young calls for the fair catch. Here's the option. Got an opening. At the 30. And they make the stop. Oh, that was one beauty of an option by that quarterback.
No question. There was no hesitation whatsoever. Once he saw that hole, he turned it upfield and left everybody in the dust.
Well, almost everybody.
Scott, back to pass. He's looking. He rolls out to the left. Lost the ball. Fumble. Picked up by the linebacker. So the defense comes away with a big, big turnover.
Ouch! The quarterback is really going to hear it from his coach now. He should not have fumbled that football.
Those bother me more than interceptions because at least on an interception, you're trying to give your receiver a chance to go after the football. There's no reason to fumble the...
Frederick gets a pitch. And he gets the touchdown. Boy, this kid knows how to run with a football, doesn't he?
I think everybody knew it. In fact, the defensive coordinator told me last night he didn't want this guy to beat him.
Well, it's going to take more than X's and O's, Kirk, to stop this guy. They got to tackle him.
And he tacks on the X. Kicks it deep. Beach fields it in the end zone. Scott running the option. And he's taken down. The defense will stack the line of scrimmage. He laterals the ball. Tries to juke. And they push him out. And a good play. Scott drops back on first down. He rolls out to the right. Over the middle. Richardson with a takedown. And we got an injured player on the field. Scott options out. He lateral. And he's drilled. Scott running the option. Madsen brings it there. Here's the option left. Got some open field. Made with a takedown. 4 yards. They're crowding the line. They'll try to power it to the fullback. And they make the stop. Scott options out. Sheds that one. And now he's got room to run. And he's tackled. A good Georgia Southern lines up in the bone. Scott running the option. Made brings him down. And that's the end of the first quarter, and we've got a tie ball game. He'll get the call again. Rogers with a takedown. Let's see if they can get it in for the touchdown. Scott options out. Made lays it on him, so they wrapped him up before he could get anything going.
Yeah, there was nothing there on that option.
Good thing that wasn't a turnover. I thought he was going to pitch it there.
Watch the linebacker. He's the star of the defense, and he's in the zone right now. Loses the football. They'll drop him. They come out in a nickel. Here's the option. Deloach brings him unit. The kick is up. And it's through the uprights.
Back to return.
Kicks it off. It sails out of bounds, and that'll be a penalty. Well, that's one way to give up field position.
The legal procedure on the kicking team. The ball is spotted at the
Frederick, the ball carrier. He jukes. They'll bring him down. Frederick gets another carry. Peterson. Moore set to go to the air. And they try to set up a screen. College ready to punt this one away. He gets it away. Young signals for a fair catch. And they make the fair catch. The zone and looking to make a play. Scott running the option. And now he pitches it. Loose football. Montgomery recovers.
So they just need to forget about it and focus on their next play.
Rolls right, looking, throws it deep downfield, picked off. And they come up with a big, big interception.
You might not believe this, but it looked like that quarterback threw it right at the defender.
There's a missed tackle. Bell brings him down. They hand it off again. And he's taken down. Another run. Ward with a takedown. Georgia Southern calls a timeout. Moore gives it up the middle. Makes a move. Sellers brings him down. They keep it on the ground with the tailback. Got some open field. And they make the stop. Boston. A little handoff. A little juke. Shakes off a tackle. Brought down. Boston College. Meade takes a handoff. Touchdown, BC. The simple handoff to the fullback got it done right there.
Yo, give it to the big bulldozer and get out of the way.
And he hits the PAT. He puts it deep downfield. Beach fields it in the end zone. Scott steps back to pass. Looks. He's going to go for the home run. He's got it on the run. At the 40, at the 30, to the 20, to the 10. Goodbye. Terrific pass, and the wideout hauls it in for the touchdown.
Brad, the wide receiver's route was the key on that play.
You're right, Kirk. His route running really has improved, and the quarterback has been throwing his weight a lot more.
And he tacks on the... And they'll be returning this one. Frederick fields it in the end zone. Shake and bake move. He's going to come out. It looks like he was hurt on that last play.
Well, it doesn't look like it's too serious, guys, but you never know. Sometimes those small...
Moore drops back on first down. Throws it to the outside. And this one's going to get intercepted. And they turn it over right before the half.
Well, this really hurts them here. They're trying to cut into that lead before they got into the showers for halftime, but unfortunately, this turnover will still leave them down as they get into the locker room.
They go with the option. Now he pitches it. Ball is loose. Fumble. Scott back to throw. Rolling out to the left side. Look out. And that one, Jones wants the ball. We'll see if they give it to him. He's gobbled up. One more play now before we hit halftime, so they'll most likely throw one towards the end zone here. And we've reached halftime here. The score at the break, Georgia Southern 17, Boston College 14.
Back to return.
We should have a return on this one. Bennett has it at the 5. Moore with the give. Jubu tackle. They keep it on the ground with a tailback. Got an opening. The 50. Gets by him and still on his feet. And he's taken down. And he goes over the century mark with that run, guys.
You know, Brad, he's had a great day, but credit the offensive line for fine blocking all game long.
Receivers. Frederick on a pitch out. He throws it to his quarterback. Brought down. Moore goes with the play fake. Throws this one out to the right. He's all the way home. Touchdown.
Do they have that defense guessing now or what? I mean, did you see how well the quarterback hid the ball?
Yeah, some quarterbacks are just so good at selling the play action. Truly an overlooked skill. You take my friend Kirk here, for example. He wasn't known for his speed, but boy, he could.
And he hits the PA.
Beach. Back to return.
He boots it deep downfield. Beach fields it in the end zone. As we start the third quarter.
He's the workhorse on this team, and if he's having a hard time getting yardage, then it's going to be a long day for this offense.
Personally, I don't think
It's not the time for a blown coverage. This quarterback is in the zone. Can't wrap him up. Tackle at the 37. Scott options out, and he's stopped behind the line. They come out in a nickel. Drops back to pass. He's looking. He lobs it over the middle. Complete on the run. What an amazing catch. First down.
Boy, Brad, you said it. That is a big-time play there. Spectacular catch and great body control there on the long pass reception.
They'll run the option. He might have a chance. Tries to juke, and he's drilled. Scott on the option. And now he's got room to run. Made with a takedown. Scott is the impact player, and he's feeling it right now. They go with the option. Touchdown, Eagles.
He just made it look so easy there, Coach.
I think that's because the defense was more concerned about the pitch man and forgot about the quarterback.
And he tacks. Kicks it deep. Bennett fields it in the end zone. Brought down. Frederick gets a call. Down the middle. Incomplete. Comes out with an I formation. Moore with the play fake. He's rolling right. Throws it to the outside. Batted ball. The corner man. He punts it. Young fields it at the 27. He jukes. They go with the option. Has some daylight. He jukes him. And he's tackled. He kept it himself and picked up a good-looking first down.
Another reason why I love the option. Just when you think he's going to pitch it, he cuts up the field and keeps the ball himself.
No question, Coach. Great.
Scott options out. Here's an opening. He's hit and got away. And now he decides to pitch it. Makes a move. He's all the way down to the 6-yard line. And he busted that one wide open.
On defense, you can't afford to give up big runs like that.
Ah, no. You got to make him work for it. That first down was too easy.
A field goal is the difference as we head to the fourth quarter. The last time they were in the red zone, they got a touchdown out of it. Touchdown, Eagles. Good idea giving it to the halfback near the end zone.
Why wouldn't you give it to this guy? He told me before the game, if he gets the ball inside the 10, you can 5-star lock it.
And he missed it. He missed it. Back deep to return. He sends this one deep. Frederick fields it in the end zone. He spins. Moore hands off on the delay. They'll drop him. Moore with the give. Sheds a tackler. And down he goes. He drops back. Steps up. Looking. Down the middle. What a pick. That last INT gives this defense 2 on the day.
Not a good throw there. The quarterback needs to make better decisions.
Man at linebacker. They go with the option. Laterals back. Brought down to the open. They'll run the option. Pitches back. He's hit and got away. Washington brings him down. They go with the option. Has some daylight. Touchdown, Eagles. And he just found the end zone for the second time today.
And as a defense, the last thing you want to do is give up rushing touchdowns to the quarterback.
They might want to make some changes. Maybe use a linebacker or a safety as a spy next series.
And he hits the PA. Kicks it off. Frederick fields it at the 2. Shifty move there. A little juke. Moore on first down. Looks. Gray comes away with a sack. They get to the quarterback and end that play before it even got started.
This young man didn't even have a chance to make something happen. It's tough to find your receiver.
He might not be able to get the pass off. So he's sacked by the... Moore back to pass. He's looking with the throw. They'll bring him down. The 2 tight end set. Back to pass. Looking. Steps up in the pocket. Across the middle. Got it to him on the run. And they bring him down. Wow, they convert on 4th and long on that pass play, Kirk.
Guys, you just don't see this happen very often. 4th and a mile. The receiver comes up with a big play, and the defense is caught off guard for the first down.
Boston College comes to the line, only one man in the backfield. Throws this one out to the left. Finds his receiver. They'll work from the shotgun. He steps up down the middle. Still perfect on the drive.
Way to look it in. Nice catch.
Sure was. He displayed some great hands there. Now we're looking at a first down.
Boston College lines up in a double tight set. Throws it to the outside. Boston College comes to the line, only one man in the backfield. Across the middle, Kramer with a takedown. So they go to the... Moore steps back to pass. Steps up, looks, and they bring him down for a sack on the play. Boston College calls a timeout. Moore needs this pass. He's looking. Here comes the pressure. Gray comes away with a sack. Not much of a chance on that one.
Well, they had to go for it. We're at a point where there's not much time left, and you got to put it all on the line.
This one's in the books, folks. Coach, what's your final thought on the game?
I don't know about you guys, but I was pretty darn impressed with this bunch of kids. Georgia Southern came out here very focused, and they took care of business. Nice win for this football team.
Folks, that's going to do it for this edition of NCAA Football 2006. We hope you all join us again. Again, our final score, Georgia Southern 37, Boston College 20.